Got it.
Like I said, we are talking about financial education in the K-12 space, focusing on our special populations students. You will see on the bottom here a definition of the students that we consider are under the special populations umbrella, including unhomed, migrant, and foster youth, our institutionalized youth, multilingual learners, special education students, alternative learners, and Native youth. We also have our learning objectives here and a loose agenda that you can see. This is going to be a very resource-heavy presentation. We really don't want anyone to feel overwhelmed with the amount of material that we're going to present. And like Linda had mentioned at the beginning, we'll make sure that you get these resources, not just the PowerPoint, but these resources and links to everything that you see here, so that you can use it in your classroom. Yeah.
Okay, so you know a little bit about Amy, you know a little bit about me. Now you're going to know a little bit about FEP, who we are and what we do. So we are, again, the Financial Education Public-Private Partnership, and we were created by legislature that recognized the importance of financial literacy for student success. We are focused on providing financial education instructional materials that meet students' academic needs, but also help lay the foundation so students can acquire the skills needed to make healthy financial decisions and lead self-sustaining, productive, satisfying lives. And one of the ways we do this is by providing professional development opportunities for educators who are interested in increasing this content knowledge. We focus on showing areas where we can integrate financial education into other core academic subjects, as well as providing materials that are entire curriculums for educators who want to teach this as a standalone subject.
So as Milady just mentioned, we have taken a very cross-curricular approach to financial education. We recognize how critically important this information and these skills are and will be to our students, both now and in the future. But we also recognize that there are a lot on teachers' plates. And the beautiful thing about financial education is that it does apply very beautifully into other subject areas. We're going to talk about social emotional learning specifically. There's a beautiful inherent connection between financial ed and SEL. And so our approach is truly cross-curricular. We want to see these problem-solving skills and decision-making abilities translate into all areas of our students' academic life, as well as their financial capabilities.
Okay, so I want to take a moment and talk about the term special populations, right? The term special populations refers to students who face barriers to access the same educational opportunities and resources easily accessed by all other students. Our approach at FEP to providing financial education to special population students is based on the belief that all students can achieve success if provided with the most suitable, appropriate instructional materials that meet their needs, regardless of income, race, or ability. So we focus on identifying resources that meet all of our students' needs, and with special consideration for special population students and the challenges that they face.
Mm-hmm. Oh, apologies. There we go.
Okay, so we know that after the COVID-19 pandemic affected all of us, impacted all of us financially, emotionally, mentally, and I'm sorry.
Many different ways. No, you're good.
Different ways. And as I was saying, for special population students, one of the characteristics that they share is the fact that they are most of them, the vast majority of them, experiencing economic hardship. Many of our special population students or older youth drop out of school at higher rates than all other student groups. Dropping out of school leads to decreasing your earning potential, which limits your financial growth. And then it starts the cycle of, as adults, as youth, we experience extreme economic hardship, and as adults, because we drop out of school and limits our financial growth, we continue to experience economic hardship. So we focus on financial education for special populations because we know it can lead to better financial outcomes for our students.
Absolutely. And briefly, we just also want to touch on the fact that we very much recognize that financial education is critical for all of our students. We recognize that many of our students have experienced economic hardship in the last few years, not only our special population students. And in reality, none of our students are getting enough financial education built into their academic careers. But when we consider our special population students, we're looking at that direct trajectory between the economic hardship and that student success that we really want to try and impact here.
Okay,
yeah,
so
let's dig into the good stuff.
Okay. This is why we're here. We've identified some great resources for special population students, and one of them is Keys to Your Financial Future. This is the curriculum that was designed specifically for foster youth. I am so excited I get to share this with you. It is a beautiful curriculum. And what sets it apart, aside from the fact that it was created specifically for foster youth, is the fact that it was created with experts from around the country, as well as young people who shared what they wish they had known about personal finance as they transition from foster care to adulthood. This curriculum is from the Annie Casey Foundation, Jim Casey Youth Opportunities Initiative. A big focus, and one of the things that I like about this curriculum is the fact that it has that youth co-design element, which pretty much guarantees that our students in foster care are going to find this content relevant to what they're experiencing currently. The other feature of this curriculum is it explains all these key financial concepts simply and thoroughly. This is really important when we consider our special populations, because we know a lot of them come from backgrounds where families or the adults in their lives are underbanked or unbanked. So a lot of the terminology, the financial terms and vocabularies that our students are kind of picking up by osmosis from, going with parents or the adults in their lives to credit unions and banks, and hearing these conversations at home, a lot of our special population students, like our foster students, are not having those experiences. So this might be the first time they're having financial education presented to them, that they're experiencing these terms and these concepts. So it's important that it's done thoroughly and simply to make sure it is accessible to them. Next slide, please. Thank you. One of the neat features of this curriculum, aside from everything else I shared, there's many neat features, is the fact that they also focus on presenting information and programs available specific to foster youth who want to pursue career training or post-secondary education. Again, this is really important for our students in special populations because they often don't have financial support from family and friends. If they want to pursue career training or post-secondary education. And they also lack of awareness of where do I go? What is available out there? How do I access it? And again, I know this is for foster youth, but there's a lot of overlap between students who are in foster care experiencing the child welfare system, our on-home students, and our institutionalized youth. We know in the state of Washington, over a third of our foster students experience homelessness before the age of 17. And they also have increased probabilities of becoming involved with the juvenile justice system. Other students in special populations, like our migrant students, also experience homelessness at higher rates. So we know that this curriculum would be beneficial to our unhomed youth, our institutionalized youth, our migrant youth, and other youth in special populations. So this is a great curriculum. I also want to say, if you are working with youth who are in underserved communities and you're looking for a curriculum explicitly for teaching financial education as a standalone subject, we highly recommend this curriculum. It is very, very good.
And just a quick note, I'm going to slide back so everyone can see. It is an 8-unit curriculum. It is free as well. So it is complimentary and was designed for student ages 16 to 26 as well, like Milady had mentioned.
Yeah, and this is an important thing to mention. Thank you, Amy, because a lot of our youth in special populations are older and they have trouble accumulating academic credits. If they do, when they do graduate, they do tend to graduate at older ages.